And we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the second part of the show, we are going to talk about the updated draft order in the NFL, where teams currently stand as we move right along here in the season. Obviously, the NFL draft really hasn't been something that I've talked about. But now that we're kind of moving along in the season, again, we're more than halfway through. I think it's appropriate to bring it up. So let's talk about it. So right now, these are the top 7 picks that I could at least fit on the screen here. So currently, the Carolina Panthers, well, the Chicago Bears have the number 1 overall pick, because again, it was something that I forgot about, honestly. The Panthers, they wanted that number 1 overall pick, so they traded with the Bears. The Bears, got DJ Moore in the trade. Panthers moved up, got Bryce Young. So then the Bears end up getting the pick for this year, and it looks like they are in line to get the number 1 overall pick. Now, what are they going to do with that pick is the question. Because you got Justin Fields coming back this week. So, depending on how he performs down the stretch, I mean, that could very well, decide what the Bears decide to do. Fields has not been great. He's been good for fantasy, but in terms of actually winning football games, he really hasn't done that. And he's shown flashes, but this season has been a big disappointment for the Bears, because the Bears had some, I don't want to say high expectations, but they had some expectations to be a better team this year. I mean, you go out and you trade for DJ Moore. You bring in guys to improve your defense. So, yeah, the Bears were expected to do better this year, and that really hasn't been the case. The offense has kind of been a mess. They did have that one Thursday night game against Washington where they just absolutely destroyed Washington, and DJ Moore had that monster game. But, yeah, the Bears have not really been – they've been a disappointment. But we'll see with Justin Fields coming back how that all changes. If he finishes off the year strong, then maybe the Bears say, all right, well, we could trade down, get a bunch of picks, and continue to build our team around Justin Fields. But if Fields doesn't play well, then maybe they say, hey, maybe we take one of these quarterbacks. So currently in the number 2 spot, well, tied for the number 2 spot at the moment, you got the Giants, the Patriots, and the Cardinals. I think the Giants end up with at least the number 2 overall pick, because the Cardinals now getting Kyler Murray back. The Cardinals are going to win a few more games. I think what's really going to decide who gets the higher pick is when the Giants and the Patriots play each other in a couple of weeks. When do they play each other? Because they play each other at MetLife this year, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be rooting hard for the Giants to lose. So actually they will be playing them next week in Week 12. I think the Patriots win, though. Because, if the Giants are still starting Tommy DeVito, I think the Patriots should win. I think the Giants, they get the 2nd overall pick. Patriots, I say they end up with the 3rd pick. I just can't believe how bad they are. It really is just unbelievable how bad the Patriots are this year. Because last year going in, talking with friends, it was like, yeah, they're going to be really bad this year. And they ended up finishing 8-9. This year, 2-8, we were 1 year early with our prediction because they're bad. And I don't know who's going to be the starter of this. Actually, are they on a bye this week? Let's see. I think they might be on a bye. Yes, they are on a bye this week. Yeah, so then they play the Giants, they play the Chargers, the Steelers, Kansas City, the Broncos, the Bills, the Jets. Yeah, that's That's not a fun schedule. That is not a fun schedule. I mean, yeah, you'll beat the Giants. And you know what's funny? They could beat the Steelers. They could definitely beat the Steelers. Because that's a team, that's another team. Besides the Jets, they own the Steelers. And the Steelers right now, they're 6-3, but the Patriots could walk in there and beat them. They definitely can. I don't know if it'll happen, but I could definitely see it. Because, again, that's another team that the Patriots own for, well, you know, that was back when Tom Brady was playing, but obviously things change. So, excuse me. Again, still battling the cold. But, yeah, so I think the Cardinals, they're going to continue to, like, go further down. I mean, you might see... I mean, the Bears right now, they got the 5 as well. I mean, yeah, 2 top 5 picks isn't bad. I mean, they could end up taking maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. maybe, if they want to. If someone trades up with them for the number 1 overall pick. Because I don't think he's going to go... He's not going to go number 1. So maybe the Bears, if they want to get another good receiver, you know, maybe they do that. But I don't know. I really think it's really all going to come down to how Justin Fields performs. But yeah, I mean, then you got Green Bay, you got the Rams. I mean, could the Rams maybe think about taking a quarterback? I mean, I don't really know. I don't know what the Rams are right now. Like, they're kind of in, like, no man's land. It's like, do you want to, like, build up the roster again and try to go for another one with Stafford, or do you just think, like, maybe you trade Stafford and you start over? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Unless they've said what their intentions are. I haven't really, heard anything. But Green Bay's in the top 10. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, again, that's another... I mean, if you look at every team has a question mark when it comes to quarterback. Because now Kyler Murray, I don't think is a question mark. I just think it's like what the Cardinals are going to do with him. Jordan Love's a question mark. I mean, he's been playing better as of late, but, like, you know, if he doesn't play well, I mean, do the Packers say, maybe if we could get our hands on a quarterback, we're going to try to? The Giants... supposedly with the Giants, though, I was listening to the radio the other day, and the reports that, like, within the organization, I mean, a lot of people within the organization still like Daniel Jones, and they want to run it back with him at quarterback. And for me personally, I think it's a mistake. If you have the opportunity to go out and get one of these generational talents at quarterback, like Caleb Williams, like Drake May, you do it. But I don't know. Maybe the Giants see it another way. I don't know. But I think it's a mistake. Now, I would be definitely open to Daniel Jones comes back, you draft a quarterback, and they sit behind Daniel Jones, and they don't start right away. I think that would be okay. I'm fine with that. But I don't think Daniel Jones is the guy. I don't think he's the franchise quarterback. I think you have to go in a different direction. Now, the other thing, too, is the Giants have to surround whatever quarterback they have with talent. Because, I mean, the offense right now that they have is not good. Like, the wide receiver core is just, I mean, that's been another problem for years. They don't have a number 1 wide receiver. I mean, let's go back. So last year, Darius Slayton was basically the number 1. The year before that was 2021. I mean, again, it was like you had Shepard, Evan Ingram. Well, Evan Ingram was tight end. Again, you had Slayton, you had Shepard. Golden Tate, the last time they had him was like 2020. I don't think they didn't have him in 2021. But yeah, they had Golden Tate a couple years before that. He was like the replacement for Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, really the last time they had a number 1 was Odell. he was the last time they had a number one wide receiver, and since then they have not replaced him. They haven't. You got Saquon Barkley there, but they haven't had a number one wide receiver in a long time. And maybe they decided to take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the number two overall pick. And there's your number one. And then you say, hey, we're going to run it back with Daniel Jones. I don't know. But the Giants have so many issues. I mean, the Patriots, they're another team. I mean, they lack, playmakers on offense as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Like the Packers and the Rams, like what do they what do they think? What should they do? But like I said, all of these teams have question marks at quarterback, or like they might move off of a quarterback. Because honestly, for the Cardinals, I feel like they can stick with Kyler. But Stafford's getting older. It's Jordan Love, like we'll say, Justin Fields. I mean, a lot of these guys got to have big second halves. The Patriots, I think, they're going to move in a different direction at quarterback. They should. And also, Bill Belichick, he could be leaving after this year. It seems like it's leaning that way. So the Patriots, they're gonna look different next year when you don't have him there. It's going to be wild if that ends up happening. Because, I mean, you had him and Brady there forever, and now, that's over. I mean, it's just wild. But again, time goes really fast. So. But let me know what you guys think, what can happen here. Does this stay around the same? I mean, the Cardinals, I think, are going to win some games, so they're going to be lower. But I think Carolina, the Giants, the Patriots. I mean that's going to be your top three. Well, the Bears have the top pick. It's going to be the Bears, the Giants, and the Patriots right now in the top three. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that if the Bears, do they stick with Fields, or do they they draft a quarterback? Again, this is all speculation. I mean we are so far away from the draft. But, I thought, hey, it's something to talk about. Why not? It's never too early for that. So, yeah, that's basically the topic, for this segment. Again, before we go to break, I just want to remind you guys, tip or donate and get your comments recognized. Make sure to go to the following link. That is streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. Again, that really helps the show. Makes it more interactive between myself, the host, and you guys, the viewer. Again, that is streamelements.com/gsmcsportsnetwork./tip. And as always, it is displayed on the ticker on the bottom of the show segment. So with that, we are going to take our second break of the show. And then, speaking of quarterbacks, we will talk about Aaron Rodgers and is he going to come back and play in December? Because that is something that he has talked about recently, that he would like that could be a possible return date for him. He said, I think he said mid-December. So that is what we will discuss when we come back from our second break. So stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Football Podcast.